Welcome to Moonstone Update. I'm Mark Beshard, Managing Editor of Moonstone Publications. This is an overview of some of the stories we've covered over the past week. But first, please hit the subscribe button and share this video with your friends and colleagues. National Treasury is pressing ahead with implementing the two-pot system by the 1st of March next year, despite the legislation not being finalised. The Association for Savings and Investment SA remains adamant that its members need at least 18 months from the date on which the final legislation is gazetted to implement the two-pot retirement system. It previously stated that a rushed implementation poses the risk of creating errors, confusion and unfair outcomes for fund members. Global equities have soared by more than 15% from lows in October last year. Is a new bull market in the offing, or is this just a rally in a major bear market? Investment analyst Ray de Klerk says the move should be seen in the context of the global business cycle. The USA Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index, a proxy for the world's biggest economy, indicates that the US economy is contracting. Grey listing will particularly impact the South African insurance industry, says law firm Weber Wensel. Several local insurers rely heavily on reinsurance programs with foreign reinsurers, which are likely to impose more intrusive, enhanced customer due diligence on South African insurers. These measures will likely increase the cost of compliance and potentially the cost of reinsurance for local insurers. The government hopes South Africa will be removed from the grey list before the 2025 deadline for addressing deficiencies in its anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing regime. National Treasury said it usually takes from 1 to 3 years for countries to address deficiencies identified by the Financial Action Task Force. The FATF's 8-point action plan for South Africa to get off the list includes ramping up prosecutions for money laundering, confiscating the proceeds of crime, and clamping down on terrorism financing. Asisa says although grey listing was expected, it came at a time when the country could ill afford the reputational damage. It said it was too late to tell whether grey listing will have an impact on investment flows. Assets managed by collective investment schemes again exceeded 3 trillion rand by the end of last year. Assets under management first passed the 3 trillion milestone at the end of 2021, but dipped in the second quarter of last year amid difficult market conditions. PSG Asset Management was named South African Manager of the Year at the Raging Bull Awards for their performance to the end of last year. They also won 2 other awards and 3 certificates for individual fund performance. 91, which was the winner for the past 2 years, was one of the 2 runners-up. The Raging Bull for Offshore Manager of the Year went to London-based investment management business Credo Group. The South African Revenue Service warned last year that it was increasing its focus on trusts. Tax and audit firm Sars says Sars has identified significant non-compliance, in particular the number of beneficiaries who are not declaring distributions and trusts not registered as taxpayers. Sars has introduced various measures to address these concerns, including the registration of beneficial owners and third-party data reporting. That's all we have for this week. You can read these stories and many more on our website moonstone.co.za. Until next time, here's wishing you all the best from the team at Moonstone Information Refinery.